Hey guys, today we are going to talk about Billy Mitchell's statement. This is the 2 out of 2. We did cover 1 out of 2, so I felt to kind of complete this arc. It has been a while since we made a Karl Jobst video. He has a new name now, but we'll get to that very, very soon. Now, there's been no updates about bankruptcy, and that's probably what I would want an update on. And the only real two people who would know about that would be Billy Mitchell and Karl Jobst. Has Karl Jobst successfully declared bankruptcy and been able to protect his YouTube channel? I don't know. I assume bankruptcy is still happening because there's a lot of audits, there's a lot of finances that have to be looked. You do not want to declare bankruptcy. The version of the IRS in Australia is definitely on the case as well. So here it is the red joystick, and now Karl has been made a lobster. So that is very funny. From a legal standpoint, Billy Mitchell won everything he could possibly win. Karl Jobst lost everything, but even beyond that, his reputation in court was quite appalling. The judge clearly did not like him. And the question is, why did the judge not like him? Is his attitude. I think Karl got exposed as somebody who is very arrogant, somebody who, instead of apologizing or retracting in the correct way, doubles down. These are paragraphs that Billy Mitchell has chosen to share from the court, from the judge. A little bit about Mr. Jobst. I briefly described Mr. Jobst in his activities in the introduction. Mr. Jobst could not be described as a shrinking violet, nor as having any concept of tact or diplomacy. Both in his YouTube videos that were played to the court and in giving his evidence, he was self-confident, forthright in expressing his views, and he struck me as very hard to dissuade from a view, whether an opinion or as to the existence of a fact. These characteristic traits are clear in his videos on occasion when he has been interviewed by other online producers. Specifically, we're looking at Camelot, right? And his demeanor and evidence in the witness box. Mr. Jobst also has a self-aggrandizing and perhaps self-protective tendency not to admit error and not to back down once he's taking a stance. This trait was clear from a number of things arising from the evidence. I have already mentioned one, his response to Apollo Legends' announcement of his settlement with Mr. Mitchell. Don't worry, guys, I will never back down. That's Karl Jobst. He also demonstrated that trait in his videos about Mr. Mitchell, continually calling him a cheat and asserting that his legal proceedings against others and against Mr. Jobst in this proceeding were frivolous, bullying, and bound to be lost by Mr. Mitchell. Now, if there's one thing that the judge does not like, it is an individual like this. Karl Jobst is the definition of an individual that no judge in America or in Australia will support. So that is basically the judge describing his perspective, having known Karl Jobst. Obviously, they've been in engagement for 4 years, meaning he's read the documents and so on, but he's seen Karl in person for 2 weeks, and this is his conclusion. A lot of Karl's fans have never actually met him in person. He's the type of person that if you do meet him, you will regret it. Mr. Summers, now you said he didn't get in contact with you to clear up any misinformation you had. Hadn't we heard earlier that he had a third party contact you to try and clear up the information? Yes, a third party. Right, okay, and what was Mr. Mitchell's investigation? Keemstar? Well, I can't speak on that. Keemstar told you you didn't. That Billy Mitchell had asked him to reach out. That was what your evidence earlier. I don't remember if I said that. You did. That Billy had asked Paul that Keemstar had said to you, Keemstar. No, I said Keemstar said Billy was upset. I apologize. I don't remember. I may have, but I don't remember him saying that Billy said Keemstar should call me. Right, okay, I understood. Okay, we'll check that. Mr. Mitchell has posted the video, obviously. You showed an extract of it contending that you had said wasn't true, yes? And you had also had Mr. Mitchell's concern notice, didn't you? Yes, I did. Isn't that him in a way getting in contact with you to clear up misinformation you had? I didn't consider that Mr. Mitchell contacted me. I considered, so you had 3 cases of Billy Mitchell trying to reach out to Karl Jobst and trying probably to settle this case and correct misinformation. Number 1, Keemstar. That's public on Twitter, by the way, Karl Jobst. So you can mislead people, but sometimes, the evidence is staring you in the face. So number 1, Keemstar wanted to contact, and that didn't work. So that was Karl Jobst did not consider that a contact from Billy Mitchell, even though Keemstar said, "Hey, let's talk." Then you had the legal concern sent by Billy Mitchell's lawyer. Again, somehow Karl Jobst did not think that was being contacted. That Billy Mitchell's lawyer reaches out to Karl Jobst, and Karl Jobst's like, "Oh, I wasn't contacted for the misinformation." This is beyond delusion. You can continue to read this. I think the segments that Billy Mitchell showed were pretty on point in terms of the level of delusion. And then even this. So in case you don't know, like in YouTube, they really want you to like chapter stuff. There's a chapter for literally everything. And even if this is auto chapter, it just shows you how like random this part was, the retraction. So it was a Dark Souls video, and it doesn't even have its own chapter. I found his evidence to the effect that he had not deliberately hid his retraction within a irrelevant video about another topic not credible, as would most human beings, 99% of human beings. That 1% finding it actually, oh wow, that retraction was really great, Karl. I totally believe you. You wanted the most people to see it, so that's why you put it at the end of the video. That's why there was no pictures of Billy Mitchell and so on. And this is something I pointed out too. I think I was one of the first people to call Karl Jobst on this. I literally never called myself an investigative journalist. So I have a video on this. I make videos to entertain people. And in his Twin Galaxy, which is perjury, by the way, he called himself an investigative journalist. So it's like really weird in his declaration, and this isn't a Twin Galaxy case, I believe. So it's like, why would you do this? Like, what's the point of like it doesn't? So Billy Mitchell had painted Karl Jobst as a liar, and or someone so delusional they believe their own lies, and I think that's probably what it is. When you live in a Discord echo chamber, oh God, I guess you're not in reality. You're in your own bubble. People are just repeating and paraphrasing what you said back to them in a very positive feedback mechanical way, and it can get out of control. Karl Jobst is a clear example. I mean, again, Karl will declare a victory that he's bankrupt himself, right? I'm sure that his wife, and when his son grows up, but maybe they will have a different perspective as to this. This was clearly a avoidable. You had 3 different you had 3 different things. You had Billy Mitchell also make the video. So you had 3 different ways that Billy Mitchell was trying to contact and tell Karl there was misinformation. Keemstar, Billy Mitchell himself, right? And you're like, oh, maybe Karl didn't see. No, he made a video on Billy Mitchell's video. There's no way that he didn't see the video because he literally put the video in his content to get more views. And then, of course, the lawyer. When a lawyer reaches out to you on behalf of a client, so the judge is assuming 2 things. Either Karl is so delusional that when a lawyer reaches out to Karl in a legal concern notice, Karl doesn't consider that reaching out. So either Karl is so delusional that you cannot trust what Karl is ever going to say, or Karl is just a plain liar. That's what the judge concluded. I can tell you exactly why the judge concluded this way, because how can Billy Mitchell hires a lawyer, the lawyer reaches out to Karl, but Karl doesn't consider that reaching out. Like, if you're a judge sitting there, what can you say? You're just like, wow. And then Karl has a fit when he's like, oh, he didn't believe anything I told him. Yes, Karl, because he's not a mindless Discord individual. He is a judge who has dealt with many Karls and many Billy Mitchells. This is his job. This is something he's done for decades. He's met you before, Karl, right? He's met people like you before, and he knows how to deal with people like you, and you've been dealt with. Like maybe so, I'm gonna take the statement. You had a lance. You were a knight. You're going to slay the Billy Mitchell dragon, but your lance broke. I think that is as good as we're ever going to get in terms of Karl Jobst. Anyway, I honestly, if he does another investigation, I'm going to criticize the shit out of it. I'm going to come because I trusted Karl on the completions investigation. I feel very foolish right now for doing so, and especially with Mutahar as well. I'm an engineer, but I'm not an engineer, and sometimes I'm a YouTuber, sometimes I'm a day trader. What is going on with these two people, right? They used to be the pillars of reliability, of trustworthiness, and now it's a mess. Anyway, hi guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and make sure to like the video to help out the algo. Hi guys.